It's going to get nasty down there in Columbia. Welcome to the Tennessee Sports Hub. This is the Big Orange Broadcast. In this episode, I'm going to be previewing and giving my prediction of the Week 11 matchup between the Tennessee Volunteers and the South Carolina Gamecocks. The number 5 Vols are heading on the road down to Columbia to take on the Gamecocks, and it's probably going to be a pretty nasty and one-sided game. I'm pretty late on getting this recorded, so much like my last preview, I'm just going to kind of skip through some of the slides. If you want to see the stats for everybody, feel free to pause it, but we're going to get straight into it. Taking a look at the schedules, head to head so far this season, it's easy to see. One could argue, I would say, that Tennessee has had the much tougher schedule, and even with that being said, their defense is performing better, and the offense is night and day better by far. There is no comparison between Tennessee and South Carolina's offense. Tennessee's offense is one of the best in the country, if not the very best. South Carolina's rush defense is terrible, as you'll see in a minute. They'll most likely have to sell out to try to stop the run of Tennessee. And in doing so, it's going to play into Tennessee's favor, into their strengths. Hendon Hooker, Jalen Hyatt, Brew McCoy, they're all going to have a big day. Taking a look at the offenses real quick, South Carolina's putting up 28.6 points per game, around 386 yards per game, 228 through the air, and 127.2 on the ground. They're scoring most often by rushing the ball when they get to the red zone. They've got 22 rushing touchdowns on the season to their 12 through the air. They're only converting at a 38.02% clip on third down and an even 50% clip on fourth down. They fumbled the ball 21 times this season and lost 12 of them. They've thrown 11 interceptions and they've given up 23 sacks. Tennessee's offense, 47.4 points per game, 543.7 yards per game, 350 roughly through the air, roughly 200 on the ground, 32 rushing touchdowns, 30 passing touchdowns. Like I said, it's night and day. There is no comparison between Tennessee's offense and South Carolina's offense. On third down, we're converting at a 45.52% clip, and on fourth, 66.67%. We've only fumbled the ball 14 times compared to their 21. We've only lost 7 of them to their 12. We've thrown 3 interceptions on the season. I had to fix the slide there a minute ago. For some reason, I had the 9 interceptions that our defense has gotten on the season put up here on our offense. We've only had 3 interceptions on the season. I had to fix that really quick. And we've evened up with South Carolina as far as the sacks allowed on the season, right at 23. Taking a look at the defenses, South Carolina's allowing 26.2 points per game, 386 yards, right at 200 on the ground, right at 200 in the air. 192 on the ground, 194 in the air. 16 touchdowns through the air, 17 touchdowns on the ground. Their opponents are converting at a 41.48% clip on third and an even 50% on fourth. They have forced 16 turnovers on the season, 11 interceptions, which is actually really good. That's over 1 a game. 14 forced fumbles and 5 recovered. They've sacked quarterback 16 times for a total of 106 yards. For Tennessee's defense, they're allowing 21.9 points per game, right around 400 yards a game, just like South Carolina, 280, 290, 300, whatever you want to say, through the air, and 100 on the ground. 15 touchdowns through the air, 11 on the ground. Our opponents are converting at a 32.87% clip on third down and an even 50% on fourth. We have forced 19 turnovers this season, 9 interceptions, and we've recovered 10 of our 14 forced fumbles. We have outperformed South Carolina in the sack department with 23, and they have gone for 158 yards. And here is where I'm just going to skip through the stats. Feel free to pause it if you want to see how everybody compares. I will make a note on the offensive stars, especially for South Carolina. But other than that, I'm just going to go ahead and get down to my prediction and betting line, my alternate spread, the same game parlay that I've put together if you want to take that. But as I said, if you want to see the stats, feel free to pause it. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the offensive stars and tell you what I got to tell you. For the offensive stars, Marshawn Lloyd and Christian Bill Smith, their leading rushers, their 1 and 2 backs, are both out for this game. They will have a third string back Juju McDowell will be getting the bulk of the carries in tonight's game. Um, with that being said, like I said, if you want to see these stats, feel free to pause it. I'm going to play some little elevator music or something here, and we're going to move on. And finally, for my prediction and betting line. For South Carolina, their defensive line is going to find some success. I think they'll have at least 2 sacks in this game. Spencer Rattler, he's going to get bullied at home. He's going to have less than 2 passing touchdowns in this game. He's only got 8 on the season. He's thrown 9 interceptions. And he's going to be under 225 passing yards. He only averages right at 200 on the season. He's going to have more possessions than usual in this game because Tennessee works so fast. But I still think he's going to be under 225 yards regardless, and he won't have 2 touchdowns. Third string running back Juju McDowell is going to get some experience, but he will be under 50 yards total. The Vols defense is going to be extra stingy tomorrow. South Carolina's defense is going to get absolutely embarrassed. They're going to lose this game by at least 26 points. I have them set at an alternate spread of plus 25.5, meaning that they will lose by less than 26. That's what you should take if you are going against me. And then there is their money line on FanDuel Sportsbook. They're a severe underdog at plus 1,060. For the Vols, our defense is going to shine tomorrow. We're going to have at least 2 sacks in the game. Heisman Hooker is going to get the Vols some style points. He's going to have at least 3 passing touchdowns, and he's going to be over 275 yards passing. A throttled Hyatt train is going to roll on. What I mean by throttled is he's probably going to be kind of limited, saving him for the bowl game or potentially the college football playoffs. But we are going to be trying to get style points. I look for him to have a big first half, and he may even be taken out at halftime. But tomorrow he's going to have at least 6 receptions for 1 touchdown or more. He's going to have at least 1 touchdown and at least 60 yards. Our defense is going to hurt the Gamecocks' feelings. They're going to be under 100 yards rushing as a team, and they're going to have at least 2 turnovers. I've set my alternate spread, like I said, for minus 25.5 for Tennessee. I think we're going to win by at least 26 points. That's plus 126 on FanDuel Sportsbook. I think there's going to be less than 70 points scored in the game total. That's plus 132. And if you combine those for a same game parlay, it's at plus 369. Tennessee is a massive favorite in this game. The money line is at minus 2,300. I'm going to be taking that, but I'm also going to be setting up the same game parlay of minus 25.5 and under 70 points total. If you think my prediction's crazy, if you think my bets are out of this world, if you think that Tennessee might actually lose this game, let me know in the comments. But with that said, the Vols are going to destroy South Carolina and Columbia. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know in the comments, or simply just like the video and share it with some friends. I will know if you do either. It will help me either way. Comment below with your predictions. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. And I'll catch you after the game. Peace.